Okay. All right. Hey, you guys, this is so fun. So this is a September Fit Girls celebration and October Fit Girls kickoff. And I think this is really cool for us to all kind of meet in person and hear from each other, and you can get to know our leaders for October. And we're going to share some great info tonight. And we just hope that tonight that you leave feeling inspired and motivated. You have some maybe new tricks for your tool belt, so that you can, have some things in mind for this month as we prepare to just rock it out despite being fall break and some of you are traveling and Halloween and just like we're coming into that season of life where a lot of people gain weight instead of lose weight. And so I think it'll be really great for us to have this connection so that we can really, just make the most of our accountability group. So first of all, so tonight we're just going to have all of our leaders introduce themselves to you and tell you a little bit about them. I'm going to invite anyone who participated in a September accountability group, if you had any celebrations whatsoever, like something that you're like, I am so proud of myself for doing this in the month of September. I want you to unmute and share that when we get to that. Then we're going to talk about October, and each of the leaders, we have prepared one of our best tips ever that have really helped us succeed on this journey. And we're going to share that with you all tonight. We'll leave you with a little motivation. I'll see if anybody has any questions, and then we'll call it a night. So I have no idea how long this is going to last, but you guys know that we're recording this, so do what you have to do as life calls you, and no worries whatsoever, okay? And before we get started, I do want to make sure if you have something nearby that you can write on, whether it's a notebook or a pen and paper, because I would like for you to write down, tomorrow when we do our opening post tomorrow, I'm going to ask you to declare what your goal is for the week, and then your goal is for our 4 weeks together. And so tonight I want you to be thinking about that. I also want you to be taking notes on any best tips that you're hearing, or any action steps like, oh, I need to make sure I do this, or, oh, that was a great tip, I want to write that down, or I want to share that with somebody, or but really starting to think, what are my goals? And I do want you to think beyond weight loss or inches loss. I think that's a great measurable goal. Like, I want to lose this many pounds or this many inches. But I also think it's awesome to have other goals regarding, how many workouts you're going to do per week, or how many cocktails you're going to have, or how much water you're going to drink, or, how many splurge meals you're going to have. Just some goals like that to keep you on track and to keep you focusing. There's so many different ways we can set goals, but whatever it means for you right now, whatever you need to do, whatever you're struggling with, I want you to kind of keep that in mind, because it's the same journey for every one of us, but we're just all in so many different places. And so we all need to have different points of focus for our journey to reach the results that we want. Because while I started my journey purely for weight loss, because that's all I thought that was the solution to my problems, right? I thought the baby weight, or I don't know, this 10 pounds, it was like a cloud in my mind that was holding me back from happiness, which I learned wasn't really just about the 10 pounds. I actually learned that this journey brought me so much happiness and confidence, just from taking care of me. The 10 pounds was like the bonus points, but I really do think that no matter, it's totally cool to make a weight loss or an inches loss goal, but I also want you to be prepared that this journey, if you allow it to, will bring you so much confidence and so much happiness. And I think it'll reignite some passion in your life, and just, a lot of amazing things will happen. So I don't know, I think you can even think about that too, about relationships that you'd like to work on during this month, or, I don't know, just other areas of your life, maybe even finances, or other areas of happiness or growth, any other kind of growth or spirituality that you would like to focus on this month. It's a great time to do it, because I think all of these things are interconnected. Because I think when we start taking care of ourselves, I just think it's the compound effect. It starts the ripple effect of great things that happen in our life. So I don't know, think big, right? Dream big. So tonight I'm going to start and, kind of introduce myself and then pass it on to some of our other leaders. So my name is Erin Young, and I'll be one of your leaders. I've been on this journey myself, my own personal journey in health and fitness for 5.5 years with Team Beachbody, using Beachbody products, Shakeology, doing the programs. And I was always an athlete in high school and college and totally fell off the wagon. I don't know, when I met David, I'm going to blame it on him. No. But I lost myself and I found myself again when I started this journey. And I started with the Insanity program and I fell in love with chocolate Shakeology, but it took me about 3 weeks to fall in love with it. I did not like it at first, but then I realized and understood the benefits it was giving to my body. And I loved Shaun T from the first day I pushed play because he reminded me that I could do hard things again. And so I'm always a lover of Shaun T, but I'll tell you what, Chris Downing has my heart right now. And that's why I'm excited to do that program Shift Shop again starting tomorrow. Oh man, I can't wait to push play. And so I'm really excited. But right now I was a high school English teacher for 14 years and I loved it so much. I love teaching and empowering and inspiring. And now I'm a full-time Team Beachbody coach and I get to do this from home. And my teaching, inspiring, and empowering doesn't happen in the classroom anymore, but it happens virtually, it happens in person, it happens within my own family. It's really cool that I get to kind of transition from one area of that to another. And it's really kind of fun. So it's really, it's actually a dream come true. Never, ever would have imagined that in my cards, ever. But it's pretty cool how things work out. So I think that's all I'm going to do. I've got 2 kiddos. Tyler turned 8 yesterday. Avery is 6. We've been married to my husband, David, for, I don't know, we're 11 years going on 12. I turned 39 in about 6-7 weeks. That is my huge goal. Like, that's a huge goal for me. Like, I'm going to turn 39 and be like, yes, I did that, and want to feel like amazing. Because I always say that every year of our lives gets better. And I always feel like every year of my life, I feel better and even healthier. And I want this year to just be like the best ever. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm going to turn it over. Who wants to go next? Lauren, you want to go next? Okay, go ahead. Lauren, take it away.
Can you hear me? Cool. Okay. My name is Lauren, and let's see. I basically my Beachbody story is kind of different. I did a couple of Beachbody DVDs. I owned some several years ago, and then I actually did 21 Day Fix last fall after I had just had our 3rd kiddo. And then Erin Young and I are actually neighbors. And so in the spring, we got talking and she was asking what I did during preschool drop off when I didn't have 2 kiddos. I just had 1. She was like, what do you do when you just have your 1 kid? And I was like, well, I work out. And that kind of snowballed into, oh, what kind of workout do you do? And I told her about how I was doing Beachbody DVDs. And I didn't know anything about Beachbody On Demand. And I had a bag of Shakeology, but I did it every once in a while. And so she taught me all sorts of things. So I didn't really start doing challenge groups or using Beachbody On Demand and all that kind of stuff until March. I've been doing it since March. And since then, so much has changed because when I was just doing the DVDs, it was just me doing a DVD. I didn't change anything with my nutrition whatsoever. And nothing was really happening. So I'm really excited about how much has changed just since March. I have 3 kids. My oldest is Graham, and he is 7. And then I have Mia, who's 5. And then I have Pierce, who just turned 1. I used to teach 2nd grade before I had Graham, was a 2nd grade teacher, and now I stay home with my 3 kids. I would have to say that my favorite program that I've done so far is the Hammer and Chisel. I really like using the equipment. I'm doing Core de Force right now, which I really, really like, but there are no weights. And so that's kind of hard for me. I really like using the weights. So I think after I do Core de Force, I'm going to go back to something that has equipment because I kind of miss it. But I'm currently doing Core de Force. I love the vegan chocolate. That one's my favorite. I have some packets of the cafe latte that I do sometimes as a breakfast. But I really like the vegan chocolate. That one's my favorite. But I think that's it for me right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. I know. I was like, Lauren, who's your coach? That's cool. And she's like, what are you talking about? It was so crazy. It was so fun to have that conversation and make those connections. Yeah, I love Hammer and Chisel too. I love it. I love equipment. Okay, so Jessica, you want to take it over?
Okay, can you hear me? All right, so I'm Jessica. I was following Erin for a while, for about a year, and then I just kind of realized, you know, everything that she was saying kind of hit home with me. I'm a Pilates instructor, and I also am a mom. I have three kids. I'm a stepmom. I have a 13-year-old stepson and then two girls that are 7 and 4. But anyway, I'm a Pilates instructor, but I was following Erin and, you know, just following her posts and just things were just kind of clicking with me. And that is when I, you know, decided to jump on the Beachbody, well, to reach out to her and see what Beachbody was all about. So I've been doing the programs for about 2 or 3 months, and I really have loved Shift Shop. That was kind of the program that I stuck with and have loved. Got some awesome results from that. I love the vegan cafe latte, the chocolate. Those are my favorites. But yeah, that's kind of like how I got into Beachbody and what I'm loving right now. And I think I'm actually going to start Shift Shop too with you, Erin, tomorrow. So I loved it so much. So
Perfect. Yeah. Well, and I think Jessica's story was interesting because she was like, I'm a Pilates instructor, but I'm not doing anything for me. And, you know, she wasn't doing anything really outside of the studio that was working for her. And so I think it gave her a great solution to fill in the gap. So that was pretty cool that we were able to make that work. Yeah. Oh, I'm excited you're going to start Shift Shop. Cool. Okay, Amanda, you ready?
I'm going to be one of the coaches. I have 2 girls. Ella's 10 and Allie is almost 5 in like next week. And I'm a registered dietitian. So fitness and health has been like in my blood, I guess, for a long time. I actually started Beachbody probably, I'm going to say 10 years ago. I ordered like Slim and Six off of an infomercial. So, but I really never knew anything about the coaching gig or anything. And then I kind of just left off and didn't, you know, I would do Jillian Michaels and whatnot. I had seen Erin and everything that she did spoke to me. She's so inspirational. So I just reached out to her and she's just love you. And so that's how I got hooked up with Erin. And let's see, my favorite program is probably Turbo Fire. I love Chalene Johnson. And my favorite Shakeology is chocolate because I think you can make it taste like a Wendy's Frosty and it's way better for you. So anyway, I'm so excited.
That was my first impression of Wendy's Frosty. Like once I finally started making it, right? That's so true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I think we got all of our leaders. So that's good. So you guys, Lauren and Jessica and Amanda, you'll be hearing from them, you know, throughout the month in our challenge group. You can obviously tell that we have some great experience and so if you have any specific questions, you know, like make sure you know that you have some resident experts on board. And I think that all of our, you know, we have a lot of great challengers joining us too. You know, we have people that have been on this journey for, you know, 4 and 5 years. Some of you guys are brand new on the journey. So, I mean, you've got lots of great support here to be able to say, you guys, I'm struggling, or how, you know, does anyone know what I should do in this situation or this or that? Like, we are here for that. So, you know, I know in our challenge group, like, you know, we want you to log your workout and log your Shakeology every day. You do that in the app. We're going to have a morning post that's always up there by like 5 or 6 a.m. And we will probably have some kind of fun call to action or something like educational as well as inspirational. We want you to engage in that because I'll tell you what, when you get in and allow yourself to be a part of this accountability group experience and actually show up and like let your heart be a part of it, there's really awesome things that happen. There's incredible friendships that form. I think it's cool that those of us tonight can like see each other in person, because you're going to have a greater like bond with people once we get in there. I just think you're going to succeed, because I know for me, in my first accountability group, I knew my coach from high school, and there was one other girl in there from high school. And I was like, I am so not going to be the girl who doesn't show up, because like Tracy and Jenny, like I'm going to be the girl that shows up. And it was totally good for me to like know somebody there and feel like, they knew me and it mattered. So I think this is really cool. But I'm just going to say, be the girl who shows up. Okay. Like be that girl. Because that's me. That's why this works for me. Because I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to be there and not show up. That's how I am. But I wanted to hand it over, open the mic up, basically, to anyone from September, like your September. Think about your September experience and something that went well for you, something that you are proud of, some kind of success. I mean, it could be weight loss, inches lost. It could just be something else smaller, like more of what we call a non-scale victory. Some of you have already sort of shared these, but I think it's cool to open it up and share that in public. So is anyone brave and want to share one of your September successes? Anybody want to do that? You just be brave. I mean, Gretchen typed one out. I saw Stephanie share one. I mean, come on, you guys.
Okay, I'll do one. Can you hear me? Okay, I had to figure out how to unmute it. Okay, yes, because I've never done one of these Zoom calls before, but it's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. So let's see. A success for me in September. Yeah, I did talk about one, but it sounds kind of Debbie Downer because I was not feeling well for several weeks. But I think the accountability group definitely helps me show up. I definitely am pretty motivated anyhow, but it was just that extra added push and that extra motivation. And sometimes it's push, and sometimes you understand when other people are having struggles too. So yeah, kind of like you said, Erin, I didn't want to not log my workout, whether it was for other people or just showing that progress electronically. I mean, I could write it down on paper, but just showing that electronically, that's my favorite part, is putting that on there and putting that I did the workout. And the Shakeology one seems easy because I love it so much. But yeah, so all those things together really helped.
Good. Yeah. And I know what you mean. And you were doing your workouts like sometimes so late at night and everything. You were like determined. That was awesome.
I like to start in the morning, but I get up so darn early anyhow. So I don't know. I need to reconfigure my life maybe, but we'll figure something out. So
what time do you have to walk out the door in the morning?
I am usually at school by like 7 or 7:30. So it's pretty early.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm doing work before I leave the house though, like emails and stuff. So, but I really liked the morning makeover, and I wanted to get back to doing some of those because that just helped with the stress level. And
and that could be a great goal that you say, okay, in addition to my workouts and my Shakeology, I'm going to post this in the group too to show you guys that I'm doing this. It's worth thinking about. I mean, when I was teaching, I was waking up at 4:30 and workout. I mean, but I know you do have to do some damage control probably even before you walk in the door at school, because as soon as you walk in the door, everybody needs you, I'm sure. Yeah.
So I've been getting up at 4:45, but that's to get ready for work.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I don't know if I can get up at 3:30 and I go to bed at 11. Like that's not helping me out either. So I'll figure out
that sounds crazy town to me. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, thanks for sharing. I appreciate that. Okay. Stephanie, you want to share anything? Because you had a great month.
Sure, I will share. Can you hear me?
Yes. I'm excited.
Great. There's actually a million things I would love to share because I feel like the last month has just been incredible for me. But I think I've always thrown out so many different excuses. And even this month was kind of difficult because we moved in a matter of like 2 days. So it's been pure chaos. September was like the busiest month of the year for me. So I feel like I could have made a lot of excuses, and I thought I'd just have to find the time to do it. So I've got 2 little boys too, 2 years old and 11 months, almost 11 months. I have a Graham as well, which I've never heard anybody else with a boy named Graham, so I'm excited about that. Anyhow, so and everybody knows, as a mama, you're just busy and trying to deal with all of them, and working from home is difficult. So I've always made so many excuses. And I finally decided I'm just going to jump in and I'm going to go for it. And I think I just, the first week was really hard. The second week, I really noticed the change in myself, and it was more, when am I going to get my workout in today, and not necessarily am I going to work out today, or I hope that my nutrition falls into place today. I really noticed a change in myself where I wanted to make it happen. And so that was probably my biggest victory. I mean, I did lose 14 pounds, which is fantastic. It was funny tonight. I actually put on some jammies, and I was like, I haven't been able to wear these in probably a year, and I put them on and they're a little bit too big, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is just crazy. I really wish that I would have taken beginning measurements, and I didn't, because I thought, how much could I possibly change in 4 weeks? And I so wish that I had done it so I could have something to compare to. But I think the weight loss is great. The pants being too big is great, but I think the biggest thing for me is just the change of mentality, and just it's more of a lifestyle now. Than it was before. So
you lost 14 pounds in 4 weeks.
I did.
That's crazy. Awesome. Oh my gosh, girl. That is so cool. And you did, like, this girl moved. She packed a house and moved and unpacked a house. That is so cool. And she's a photographer. This is an extremely busy time of her life, and so I think that is just so, so awesome. Like, you are proof that anybody can do this time in your life. Like, that is so incredible. I'm glad you shared that with us. Like, we needed to hear that tonight. That was really cool. Proud of you. So awesome. I didn't take measurements either when I started. I just knew that weight on the scale, because that's all I expected to change. But now you're like, these pants, like, how many inches have I lost? So make sure you take measurements. Absolutely. Like, even if you don't want to, like, just do it anyway and put the numbers in your phone in a note or something. You don't have to put them in the app, but I think it's cool to see, because I always lose inches before the scale even moves. At least that's how my body works. My body takes a while to start losing weight on the scale. All of our bodies are different. So I think that is so cool. Awesome. Does anybody else have a success to share before we keep this party train to move in? Anybody else? Okay, cool. Well, that is awesome. You guys are awesome. Thank you. Okay, so now we have prepared like one of our top tips for you guys. So we've, I think I've said, like, this is kind of what you can expect from us as leaders. We're going to post, we're going to, share motivation and education and that kind of thing. But one of the things too, I just want to let you know, as leaders, one of the things that we have access to, we are able to look at our challenge group through a website, through a portal, and some secret portal, coach portal. And we can look at your, we can track, and this is how we send you messages, and we can track your participation in the group. I don't know, that would matter to me. So we can see how many workouts you've logged every week and how many Shakeologies you've logged and things like that. We're going to be looking at that, and to be able to say, hey, you're doing a great job, or hey, how can I help you? What's up? That kind of thing. So I don't know, just, know that, we're going to be recognizing you for your participation, for taking action, towards reaching your goals. So that's just kind of some good information to know as well. But I'm going to share with you guys my favorite tip that I actually, again, I think sometimes the things that work the best for me are so close to home that I've done them habitually that I don't always know. But this is one of the things that I've done. And I will take a picture of this, and share it with you guys in the challenge group as well tomorrow. But I'm going to show you, I make a cheat sheet for myself because honest to goodness, I do not always have this beautifully typed or written out meal plan. Okay. Like, because sometimes it just doesn't happen, or something comes up and you're going out to dinner, or, you know, a friend says, let's go out to brunch. And you're like, okay. And you're like, can I do that? And still make, like, get results. And you're like, yes, you can. Okay. Because what we're doing is not a diet. It's a healthy lifestyle. So I'm talking all about the nutritional plan, the portion controlled nutritional plan. So what I've done, and when I started doing this, I was part of the Hammer and Chisel Coach Test Group, and I was 100% all in for 60 days because I did not want to let Autumn and Saki down, because they said your results like are so like important, you know, on the success of this program. And I was like, okay, like I'm not going to mess up. So I was like bound and determined. I did 100% all in. So I carried around with me in my purse a cheat sheet because I still wanted to be able to like go out to dinner and that kind of thing. And so what I did is I got an index card, and I'm going to hold it up here. And I just wrote down like, okay, if I'm on plan A, here's everything. I know this is so simple. Okay. But this is what I'm doing for Shift Shop. Okay. Plan A, I'm going to have 3 veggies, 2 fruits. I'm reading this through here, whatever, proteins, carbs, whatever. I just wrote down my amounts. Okay. But then on the back, this is where the cheat sheet comes in. Okay. So what I did was I divided everything out for each meal of the day. So for breakfast, my snack, my lunch, my snack, and my dinner. So if I was going out to lunch with a friend, okay, which I am doing this week because it's fall break, I would say, okay, well, I'm going out to lunch. So that means when I'm picking something off the menu, I'm going to get a red, a green, and a blue. But let's say I'm like, oh, but I really want to have, I don't know, this whatever sandwich or something. I'm adding a yellow here. So then I'm going to pull it from dinner and pull it up here. And then I'll know at dinner, I'm just not going to have that yellow. So this has helped me like so much to have this cheat sheet. So like I would literally carry this around with me, and I plan to do this. And this allows me a chance to not have to always like have something beautifully typed out. Okay. But what I would also do, and again, I'm going to move this, but I'll take a photo and upload it to our group. But I also, for the longest time in the beginning, when I started with the portion controlled meal plan, I mean, I carried that booklet around with me, you know, and so you may not have a booklet because you have BOD. Okay. So you can download the nutritional guides and print them, or you can just make little cheat sheets of your veggies and your carbs and your proteins and carry those around with you. But like I'd be like, okay, so what is this? And I would look things up. Like I didn't like pressure myself to have to memorize it. But my 21-day fix like meal plan booklet like looks like it's been through like, I don't know, hell and back, because it was in my purse. Same thing with Hammer and Chisel. I was like, I'm doing this right. And so that's the only thing that like with the BOD, you don't get the actual like paper pamphlets or copies maybe. But so you want to print those out, or you want to write them down on an index card or cardstock so that you can have them and, I don't know, laminate them. We got a lot of teachers in the house, right? Laminate them at school and carry them around with you or something like that. But I think that having those quick reference guides for yourself are just really helpful. So, you know, I was a teacher, so I helped you make a cheat sheet for your meal plan. And I think it's awesome. Like, I think that's one of my best tips for you guys. Okay. So Lauren is next.
Okay. So mine isn't food related. My tip is actually related to the group itself. And that is because before I even really started doing the groups and then before the DVDs, I actually coached. I coached a high school dance team, and I didn't really need to do anything else. It was a competitive dance team, and I was doing all the exercises that they were doing, so I was good to go. And then I started doing the DVDs on my own. And then when I started on demand and I got into a challenge group, and I've told Erin this story before, but the first group that I was in, it was weird for me. I started seeing all these people taking selfies, and I thought, these people are weird. Why are you doing this? Like, why do they just want to see themselves? I didn't get it. And so my tip is that I have learned that the more active you are and the more that you actually participate in the group, the better you are going to do. Because that first group that I was in, I was very skeptical. And I thought, man, these people, I would even tell some of my family, like, who are these women? Like, this is so weird. They're just like flexing. I don't know. It was so weird to me. But you know, I was in and out of that group, and I never went all in, and I didn't get the results that I'm getting now. And so my tip is to not be afraid to really participate in the group, because the group is there to keep you focused. It helps you stay focused on why you're doing this in the first place. And it helps me, at least. I learned that it helps keep this a priority in your life. When you're trying to do it on your own and you don't have this group with you, it's very easy for your workouts and your nutrition to not be important, like your job and your family and everything else is. This group helps keep this a priority for you. It pushes yourself, but it also pushes everyone else, which is really cool. And that's one of the reasons why I've wanted to start leading the groups, because it's really cool when you see that what you're doing is helping other people and pushing other people in their journey too. So just know, whenever you are posting that workout selfie or saying that you're having a shake, there's somebody in the group that's watching you, and you could be helping them with their day. They could be having an off day and thinking, I don't really want to do it today, but your post might change that for them. And I think that is really cool about the group. So just know,
you're good. No, you're good.
Okay. So yeah, just know that we are truthfully trying to help each other keep moving forward. And that's the really cool thing about the group. And that's something I've really learned in the last several months that I've been doing it, is it's not just a bunch of weird people trying to see themselves post stuff. We really are just trying to be accountable for ourselves, but for everyone else too.
Yes, absolutely. And it's a safe place to do that. Absolutely. Thank you, Lauren. That's a great reminder. I think, Jessica, you're next, right?
Yeah, and Lauren, that is everything. I felt that way too. Like, it's weird when you see people and you're like, what are they doing? Why are they taking selfies like that? I felt the same way, and she is exactly right. When you, and I tell my challengers this too, when you post, it's not just for you to, show everyone that you did your workout and drank your shake. It motivates everyone else. And so that's so important. And I'm so glad that you said that. I was going to say, one of the biggest things that's stuck in my head that, and I'm going to give you a tip to remind yourself of this every day. But one thing that's in my mind that has helped me every single day, and every day is not perfect, but when you feel like quitting, remember why you started. Why are you here? That is it. Why are you here? What brought you to this point? You obviously you needed something. You needed to do something for yourself. So if you want, and this is when maybe Erin said earlier, write this down, get a paper and pen. Write this down right now. When you feel like quitting, remember why you started. Write that down right now and put it on your TV, put it on your computer, put it on your steering wheel, put it wherever you need to be reminded of that every single day. Wherever, in your kitchen, your refrigerator. Your refrigerator would be a great one, especially if you're an emotional eater. Put that on that refrigerator. Remind yourself why you're doing this for you every day. And that is what I try to, even on, for instance, this past weekend, I went to my parents, Jennifer, she's on here, we graduated together. My mom and my dad, I love them to death, but I was visiting them over the weekend, and everything that, you know, again, I love them. Donuts, pizza, you know, everything that is instilled in me that I'm trying to get over now in my 30s, and now that I have a family. It was all faced, you know, I was all faced with that this weekend, and just those anxieties. I hope that makes sense or rings true with somebody, and I know I'm being vague, but just know that each day you have to remember why you're doing this. And especially those of you that have kids, you know, and those of you that have families, it always makes me emotional. I always get emotional because it's instilled with me. But that's my biggest tip. Just remember why you started, and remember why you want to keep pushing every day. Okay. Amanda.
Okay.
I love you,
Jess?
Jessica. Like, seriously, we get it. Like, my mom
Yes.
today was like, why didn't you get Tyler Sprite for his birthday party? He loves Sprite. And I'm like, because I'm the leader of this house, and you don't have to have Sprite to have a birthday party. I get it, girl. Get it. I think we all get it. Thank you for sharing that. That means a lot. Okay, Amanda, take it away.
I so get it, Jessica. My mom has candy dishes around her house. I think there's 3 candy dishes. I try not to go over there very much anymore because you just kind of your temptations. So anyway, my tip is, so I used to be someone that would get up like at the very last second that I had to. I'd get up, get showered, get dressed, get my kids up, and then I would get to work. And then I would come home and I would work out. And then I would have to get supper, help Ella with her homework, and do baths. And it was just so hectic at night. So I started working out in the morning, and it took a while. It took I don't want to say a long time, but it took a while for me to get in the habit. And there are still times when I'm like, oh my gosh, do I really want to get up this morning? But I do, because I just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, I get up and I just tell myself, we're going to go do it. We're going to get it done. And you're going to feel amazing when you get done. You know how good you're going to feel. You get it done. You are on with your day. And then when you get home at night, you are not pressured or worried about, oh my gosh, I got to go get my workout in, and I have to do all these other things too. So planning your workout and scheduling your workout and making sure that you can get it in a time that is good for you, or, you know, if you can in the morning, is good. So then you're not pressured by the rest of the day. So that's my tip. And even if you don't feel like it, I mean, it's coming up winter and your bed is going to be all snugly warm. Get up and get moving, because you're going to feel a lot better during the day. So that's my tip.
Perfect. Yeah. Morning workouts are huge. I always have to set my clothes out too, you know?
Yes.
So like, there's no thought, there's like no decisions that have to be made other than getting up. I know. So Amanda brought up 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just do it. That's a reference to a really awesome book by Mel Robbins. Mel, M-E-L, Robbins, Robbins, called The 5-Second Rule. And I just listened to that this month. It literally, I think I listen to a lot of my personal growth books on audio, because I don't know, it's just easier that way and faster. But it's called The 5-Second Rule. It's so good, and it's so perfect for this journey. I mean, so perfect for this journey, because it's kind of like she says, never hit the snooze button. Never. Mm-hmm. Like, you just the alarm goes off and you turn it off and you say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Erin, get up and get going. And you do it. And you literally have to make that countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, get up. And that's the same thing with your workout. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just press play. Or don't eat the donut, go grab some water. You know, I mean, like, it's like it slows your brain down. She always says it changes your brain to use the prefrontal cortex, so you actually are able to make a better decision. Mm-hmm. She also says when we snooze, it's the worst possible thing we could do because our body goes back to sleep and we get in the middle of this like REM cycle and we wake up and we're going to feel like crap the rest of the day. Like she's like, never ever press snooze ever again. It's scientifically proven. So I'm like, I haven't for that reason. Even today I was like, I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up. You have to get up. So that book is really awesome. Jessica's read You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. You Are a Badass. Another book that I've loved reading. Well, I really think that Made to Crave is a really great book to read if you're struggling with emotional eating, Made to Crave. So a lot of us, we love personal growth books. I know there's a lot of other coaches on this call right now. You guys have read a lot of amazing books. Those are some that come to mind for this challenger journey. 5-Second Rule, You Are a Badass, Made to Crave. Those would be all great books to read too. It took me a long time to start reading personal growth because I was like, isn't that like self-help? Believe it or not, it's pretty amazing. Like it's awesome. I love reading and listening to great books. So I attribute a lot of my success to that, to be honest, in my growth journey. So you guys, we're getting ready to call it a night here. Okay. And I will definitely open it up to any questions if anyone wants to stand and ask questions. But I'm going to kind of give us a quick close and stop the recording. And then if anyone wants to stay on and ask any questions, like anything whatsoever, definitely let us know. But you guys, I really do see tomorrow as the fresh start of a new chapter of the journey. And the journey doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to wake up tomorrow and be excited no matter what time the alarm goes off, and we're going to press play and it's going to be awesome and we're going to stay on track tomorrow. Like we are going to freaking rock it out. And then Tuesday's going to come around and we're like, okay, I think I can. Okay, I got this. And then Wednesday we're going to be like, dang, this is hard. Or Thursday you're going to be like, man, I'm out of veggies and fruits. What are we having for dinner? I guess we'll have pizza. No, we're going to do it anyway. Like we are here because the mountain is a really hard climb all by yourself. And it's so much easier when you have other people locking arms with you and climbing that mountain together. This is the team. Look at us as a team that's all fighting for the same thing. We're just different places on the journey, but we all have bad days. None of us are perfect. And I had lots of birthday cake this weekend. So I am so excited about tomorrow. And the thing of it is that every day we want to do something to make ourselves proud. I want you to go to bed every single night and say, what did I do today that I'm proud of? And I want you to think about that as you're falling asleep because you did something, not like, oh crap, I didn't do this, or I have that one bite of whatever. No, we need to learn how to extend ourselves some grace and just be proud that we are here and showing up, because I will tell you what, there are not many people that say yes to this journey right now because it is hard work, And you said yes to working on yourself because you believe that you matter and that you can make a difference and that you can change and influence other people. And so you guys get up every day so proud that you chose to take care of yourself, because you're going to start looking around and seeing people that aren't, and your action on taking care of yourself is going to inspire other people. You may encounter naysayers. You may encounter people that want to deter you from the journey. I always had a coworker every day and she's like, hey, here's some chocolate. Hey, here's some chocolate, every freaking day. And I finally had to say, I already had my chocolate today, which was my Shakeology. I said, you know what? I already had some chocolate today and I'm working really hard on myself right now. No, thank you. So I had to learn how to say, I'm working really hard on myself. No, thank you. Not, I'm trying to lose some weight, because people are always going to say something about that. But who's going to say something negative about, I'm working really hard on myself right now? No, thanks. That is an awesome comeback right there. And any naysayer cannot shoot you down for that. And if they do, we need to turn around and walk the other way. Okay, you guys? But this is going to be an awesome month. We are going to have a lot of temptations. I know a lot of us are going on vacations. We're doing a lot of things this month. We're going to have trick-or-treaters, Halloween candy, whatever, at work, and candy jars, whatever. We are going to rock this out together, but rely on the group. Like Jessica said and Lauren said, this group is here to get us through that, okay? So you guys, I'm really proud of you. I think this is going to be an amazing month, and we are going to hit some awesome goals. So make sure you take those measurements, take some before photos, check into the group, go all in, and let's make this an awesome October, okay? So thanks for tuning in for our celebration and our kickoff call, and I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow morning in the challenge group, okay? All right, I will see you all later. So I'm going to stop